It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2. So lock that.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was the final.
Defense here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind. And welcome back to Sharps Sports Network. The boys are back on another Wednesday evening. We have 3 out of the 4 boys tonight. Tycho is MIA, but we still have all the people to give you all that you need. And by all that you mean we have a recap to get to for championship weekend, puck luck picks, downtown cash picks. We got some NFL head coaches, a little bit of MLB sprinkled in between. It should be a good one. We have Luke, we have the Wanderer, and everybody's ready to go. We're as happy as we can be as Michiganders. You see Luke, yes. God, he's wearing so much Michigan. I told him a minute ago, I said, you're wearing way too much Michigan, man. He's got a jersey. He's got the pennant behind him. He's got the hat.
Got the college night Red Wings jersey.
It's so
the natty hat finally came in. Got to show the sauce really quick. Hold up.
God,
oh, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. I'll give you that. That's a nice hat. I'll give you that. Fuck, I hate it, but I understand. I'd be doing the same fucking thing. God damn it, man. Enjoy it, man. You're a national champion.
I told myself I was going to be celebrating a champion this pod. And
yeah.
For me.
Yeah, well, we got to talk about some champions on this pod. You know,
before you get to that, I got to say, you got to be careful what you wish for, because you said you wanted me humbled because my sports teams are doing really good.
Correct.
And the Lions had to break my heart.
Yeah, I thought about that actually later that night. I was like, damn, Luke had to get humbled, but by getting humbled, he had to humble everybody in Michigan. So appreciate that, buddy. Yep, just doing your fucking best, man.
Hey man, you wish for it, not me. I didn't want to talk about it.
You're not wrong.
What is happening is Michigan's gonna get this dub.
And that's exactly what I saw. I got my money's worth. I didn't pay a dime. It was free. I should have had to pay for that shit. It was unbelievable.
In that situation, you just fade the green.
Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson.
Play half as good as they did last week in this season and still come out on top. I lost count how many interception clips there were.
I felt like we kept watching the same one over and over, but it was always a different.
Walker on first down. It's picked off. What a play. Lorenzo.
Remember the ecstatic excitement and rage-filled little man's rant so that we can laugh at
If
him.
the Titans never got Derrick Henry, Dylan wouldn't even know Tennessee had a football team. I swear to God.
Okay, so we had 2 games this weekend, both on Sunday, one a little earlier, one a little later. 2 football games that both came down to the wire. Both came down to the absolute last minute. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting off with the first game that took place, that being the Baltimore Ravens playing host to the Kansas City Chiefs. So, main storyline of this game was Mahomes finds ways to win without the pieces he needs, and he did it once again. Baltimore really shot themselves in the foot. They got outplayed offensively. They got outplayed defensively. They played really soft football, and it was not the Baltimore team we've seen all year. It was literally their worst game all year.
I wouldn't even say the Chiefs outplayed them. The Ravens outplayed themselves.
Correct. 100%. The Ravens beat themselves, and the Chiefs were just the team they had to play against. I agree.
I've seen a lot of okay, I have a couple questions. One,
Shoot.
Why was Lamar so fucking scared to run the ball?
I think that Lamar this game was trying to I feel like in the back of his head, the further and closer he gets to the Super Bowl, he did that shit last year in the divisional. Oh, this mother, not last year because he was injured. The year before when he had that MVP season, and then in the divisional, he stopped running. And I saw somebody say he's trying to prove that he can throw the ball. And I don't know why in the playoffs Lamar feels like he needs to prove that he can sling it and ding it. And
I swear I seen like more than multiple plays.
he had 7 rushing attempts.
Where he could have got like 10 to 15 plus yard runs.
He's being I think he's being micromanaged and told that you don't have to do it all.
That's also part of it, yeah.
I feel like he's being told he doesn't have to do everything by himself, and he's restricting himself. He's been trying to be like spreading the ball, instead of just tucking and running. Or maybe his coverage is weird. I'm not sure.
That's part one of my questions. Part two, which kind of goes into it. Why the entire they weren't even when they lost the lead. It was even before the point that they were down by 2 scores. Were they ever down by 2 scores? Yeah, right. Yeah, because they got the field goal and
not 17-0.
No, it was 17-7, Luke. So they were correct. They were down by 2 possessions.
Okay.
Correct.
So before that, why the entire time were they just when they were still down by a touchdown? Why were they constantly trying to force the ball? Or when they were down by like 3, whatever. When they were down by a score, I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
Why were they trying to force the ball down the field just by pass?
Yeah.
Pass?
I agree.
How many times did they attempt to rush the ball in the second half?
16 rushing attempts the entire game. Their fewest all year by 6.
Bro, even like the Chiefs, it really wasn't the running game really wasn't working out for them, but they're still trying to run the ball because what does trying to run the ball do? Opens up the passing game. But like when you're doing like 50 passing plays in a row, what's the defense going to think? Oh, he's probably going to pass it again.
Yeah, I was very confused at that too because Baltimore is a team where I remember we're talking about the fact that they were just giving the ball to everybody, and when they had one man get injured, they could take Keaton Mitchell, put him in, give him the ball 20 times, he gets hurt, back to Gus 20 times, he gets hurt, give it to Justice Hill 20 times. They're doing it all year. They're just feeding whoever the lead back was, and then Lamar was getting like 10 carries of his own. They're finishing every game with 30 to 40 rushes. So now for this game, we have less than 20. So you go, okay, you must have been down in a spot where you felt like you needed to pass it. But then that brings up Luke's point. Why did you feel like you needed to pass it the entire football game?
Like playing with a chip on their shoulder seemed like they were tripping. But at the same time, the Chiefs' defense was clamping up. That secondary was playing tough.
So, you would think they would stop trying to use their entire game to force the ball.
And then they screwed themselves on defense with penalty after penalty after penalty.
Yeah, and then L'Jarius Sneed made a fucking amazing play. He made the best defensive play all year, whether it was luck, whether he meant to do it, whatever. He made the best defensive play all year, and that play against Zay Flowers was insane.
They're shooting themselves in the foot all game with just literally doing an only pass challenge in a playoff game. Defensive penalties, big time fumbles as you're crossing over the goal line.
Now, I will say though, as much as we're shitting on Baltimore, Mahomes did have one of those games where he was making a couple plays where you're like, God damn. That third down to Kelsey, Kelsey had 11 catches. He had 116 yards. He had a touchdown. Kelsey, who all year since Taylor has been the topic of discussion, has honestly just been getting the brunt of the shit because his numbers have gone down pretty significantly to years past. So for him to come out and have a game like this, that's good for him. You know, some people are happy for him. Some people honestly are like, fuck him, but it's good for him.
But I feel like that comes with when you're the team you're playing from all the way, every single player on the offense and every single player on the defense, just shooting their own team in the foot.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, Luke, when Mahomes goes 30 for 38 with 250 yards, and he's playing Mahomes type of shit where he's spinning out of the pocket and making sidearm throws, even if you're playing good, it's going to be difficult to beat him.
Like,
it just
that was
so happened that those two went together and it fucked them.
Like, the defense and offense decided to both have their worst games of their entire life that game.
Jesse, I mean, you did say there was one thing that you said you wanted to say, so
I'm sorry.
I'll let you go ahead and
the Ravens
say that.
pissed me off letting the Chiefs.
No, before the pod, he said there was one thing you wanted to say about a specific
I don't
quarterback.
have faith in Lamar. He played a bad game, but it looks worse than it does because at the end of the day, like, that's a 7. You lost 7 points or 6, but I believe in Tucker. You lost 7 points at the 0.05 yard line. Like, you had 3 inches and you were a touchdown.
I'm going to leave my comment for Lamar to myself because I don't think I can really grade him on this game when the entire team gave him nothing. So,
like,
it's wrong for me to praise or shit. Really,
Lamar is a great quarterback, but it's almost like the same shit I've been hearing over the past years and years of being a Michigan fan and our bowl game situation with hardball. It's like when you don't show up for the big time, you're gonna get judged heavily.
The problem is that it wasn't Lamar that didn't show up. The whole fucking squad did not come. They did not show up. And that's crazy because you're in the AFC Championship game against the team that just won the Super Bowl.
On a down year for them.
Right,
They played 18 good games of ball, and they were bound to stumble. And I guess they just stumbled at the wrong time.
Stumbling. Fumbling, and stumbling. Like a 17-point lead at halftime.
Like, listen, I've heard it all the years because just being a Michigan fan and us going into the Super Bowl, just a college playoffs or just a bowl game, and our entire team decides to choke, including our coach. We got shit on it for it, no matter how good we did it during the season, and that's Baltimore. Coincidence that both coaches with the last name
Harbaugh. You're damn right. But let's get into this game here. So first things first, let's talk about it into 2 groups, okay? We're gonna talk about it in 2 groups, okay? First, we're gonna talk about the first half. Okay, because this was two different fucking games. I don't care what you want to say. This was 2 different games into one total football game. So the first football game, it was 24-7 at the end of the first half. Lions were making plays where everything's going right. Started 3 plays into the game with a JMO 52-yard rushing touchdown. And then everything kept going right from there. Jake Moody missed a kick. The Lions got a pick. They're going up by 17 points. Thoughts going into the first half, fellas?
This is the Lions team, I feel like, playing at their highest potential. Yes, the 49ers were making mistakes as well. But I feel like it was also the Lions were just playing their best ball. Everyone 100%. Was playing to the 10th degree. And that was our Lions.
You know, Rico Beard on 97.1, who is an avid, big-time 49ers fan. He said it. He said it probably the best way you could describe it. The Lions in the first half could have beat any team in the NFL. Didn't matter who it was, they could have beat them.
Yep. 100%.
I don't know where that went the second half.
Yep.
But it just evaporated. There was a little snowball that got tossed down the hill by Kirby Joseph, missing an interception, having it bounce off his dome and letting IU catch it on the 2-yard line.
I was gonna say,
building. That was a big ass boulder falling down, and now we no one could stop it.
So the second half happens. And oh boy, does it just go wrong. So 17 straight points go in the third quarter, which leads into 27 unanswered points. Now, for those of you who don't understand that, 27 unanswered points means that they had to have scored at least going on 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, or 4 touchdowns with a missed extra point. Now, it was 3 touchdowns and the 2 field goals. But when you're in a spot like that, whether it's the first half of a game, the second half of the game, you're not going to win that fucking football game. It was an absolute collapse to the point where you couldn't buy a catch, where your lead receivers, the top guys who have been getting you there all year, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was dropping balls. Didn't he have a fumble? Who had a fumble?
No. That was Gibbs.
Gibbs. And then Gibbs, he had his first fumble all year. Fucking Gibbs fumbles. St. Brown dropping balls. And then Reynolds, who's caught more balls on our team than anybody else this season.
Bro, Reynolds was our ace up the sleeve. Like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
We have the top stars, and then we have Reynolds where we could just sneak in just here and there just to become clutch, like to make clutch plays.
Correct. So every big star on this team, you couldn't even say shut down because you could see them trying, but it was like it's like out of a movie. It's like watching it and you're like, you just know where this is going. And I'm going to be honest, man, it was probably one of the worst collapses. Well, actually, no, statistically, it's been documented. This was the worst collapse in the NFC Championship game in the last 50 years. So,
dude, it was literally a complete opposite of what happened the last time. The line, like this is before the Super Bowl, but won the championship. We played the 49ers to go to the championship. They were blowing us out in the first half. And then we turned the tables and came back and beat them.
It was 24-7 at halftime in that game, and they were beating us. And then we came back. Same score, reversed. Like,
and then,
man.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. That's literally almost poetic. But, like, that it's just bad.
It's a heartbreaker, man. It's the best way to sum it up is it was a heartbreaker. Now,
like you can't be mad at the Lions season, but at the same time, that was so hard.
But when you're as far as you are, it's like you never expected to reach the light at the end of the tunnel. But then when they bring you to the door that is the light in front of the end of the tunnel, like you're there, you're looking at the light, you're at the end of the tunnel, and they drag your ass all the way back. You're like, yo, now I'm pissed. I was actually there. That's what it was. They actually brought us there, and we were like, holy shit.
My only entire issue with all of this game is after a team scores 27 consecutive points on you. I mean, after a team has 20 points on you, and you have now lost a 17-point lead, your team's morale is probably a little down. Things are kind of looking shaky. We've had zero offense the entire half. Things are hitting the shitter. Should I take this 58-yard field goal and try to get some points on the board just to change the momentum? Maybe. And I love Campbell. I will always be aggressive. I understand aggression. But our backs were too far over the ropes where I feel like a morale boost was necessary. And if that kicker would have went out there and banged a 58-yarder, I think the boys would have got some food.
I don't understand how you can be upset with that when the play call was perfect and he hit both of his hands and his chest and he dropped the ball.
That did not happen on a 24-27. 24-27 was 4th and 3.
I'm talking about the first. You're talking about the second one. I'm talking about the first one.
What was the second one? It was 4th and what?
It was 4th and 3.
4th and 2.
And throwing a long ball.
Hey, but here's the thing.
Sure.
Here's the thing. I understand that. And I completely agree with we're just in such a deep a hole. Sometimes you just got to get just points on the board just to get some confidence. But we had a better percentage when we went for it on 4th and 3 or less yards. Like we were like 15 and 20. Then our kicker
from 50 yards out. No, you're right.
It was like from 48 plus yards out. We had a better chance
50%. Yeah.
Like that's just unfortunate.
I agree.
That's
the thing I was going to bring up too is Patterson is from 58. That's not even close to automatic. Like that is
no.
Or Badgley, I mean.
Yeah. I don't think it's automatic. Did not think it was automatic.
No, I'm saying it's not even close. So, because what I think is like it's a very risky game at that point. And Dan says, "All right, why play the risk of not knowing what's going to happen? Because we've only made him kick this once all year, and it was against the Rams, or do what I've seen us be able to do all year, and that's get it."
Like I have like 2 more things to say on this. Expect all the golf haters who like shit on golf still. Dude, that man played close to a perfect game. But
no problem,
everyone was dropping the ball. I don't know if we just stuck our hands in like butter before we came out in the second half. I don't know what happened. If the receivers cut off their hands, I don't know. But then what is it? What else was I gonna say?
man, I'm just looking at this shit and I'm getting so mad because every single receiver, like, they have at least 5 or 6 more targets than they do catches.
Mm-hmm. I forgot the second thing I was gonna say.
Okay, so let me say this: like Amon-Ra, he's got 11 targets and 6 catches. Laporta, he's got 13 targets and 9 catches. Gibbs has got 6 targets and 3 catches. And it's just like Reynolds had 5 targets and 1 catch, and it's just like, bro,
I want San Francisco to know this, and I want all of them to hear me loud when I say this. You went through the NFC North to get to the Super Bowl. Let's start there. You only played the Packers and the Lions, and you should have lost both of those games. You barely walked into this Super Bowl, and both teams handed you the victory because they slowed down and could not produce as well as they did in the first half. And it was not adjustments. It was the offenses no longer working.
So tell me why the fuck I'm looking at this.
Disrespecting Mahomes again, setting him up to be successful. And also the line changed to -1 for the Chiefs and went back to -1 for the 49ers.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have no idea how they really want to do this game yet.
Right? They started Niners, and then everybody was like, yo, I'm going to throw the money on Mahomes. And they're like, oh, you're going to throw your money on Mahomes? Why did they put it back to the Niners? I would have kept it. I thought it was going to stay at -2 Mahomes. That's where I think it was going to finish.
I remember what I was going to say.
Oh, let's boom.
One thing that pissed me off, I understand there's less than a minute left. Why the fuck did we use our one? Why did
that
we
was the only thing all game that I actually got pissed.
We shouldn't have fucking ran the ball on 3rd down.
Yes.
Because you were fucked at that point. The second you called that timeout, you're putting your entire game now, whether you get this touchdown or not, on a fucking onside kick. And that's never the way you want to win the game.
I would 10 out of 10 take my chances on just keeping the timeout and then just going on defense. I don't care how bad they are getting cut
up.
No,
we only left 35-some seconds on the clock. Well, if you get these 3 timeouts, you're still going to have enough time to do something. And keep in mind, you only need 3 points. So I agree. That was the only thing that pissed me off.
Onside kicks were hitting for what, 2% this year?
Yeah, you ain't getting that.
You want to put your hands in that?
I'm not going to lie. That was a great onside kick. It really was.
Yeah.
If Craig
got 2 more yards, bro.
No, but that was Craig. Craig touched it early. The way it was.
No, I said if Craig waited 2 more yards, he could have snagged it in, but he was 2 yards early, so he had to fucking push it out. Damn.
Regardless, it was a flag because he touched it.
Overall thoughts of that game. That's where we are. But I just want not your thoughts so much of who you think is going to win, but more so just like what we were saying. The line, the aura, the fact that everybody is kind of talking about the fact that this is the most fuck you, I hope you both lose Super Bowl that we've had in a long time. I'm not going to say I disagree because I have already started my draft prep like 2 days ago. So that kind of shows you where I'm at on the NFL season. I'm already kind of in the
I told everybody last week that I did not think there was any possible way that the Chiefs were going to beat the Ravens. And for the fact that is how I felt. And the Lions just gave 31 points to the 31 points to the 49ers. I cannot look at this game and think Patrick Mahomes isn't going to do what he needs to do and get another Super Bowl.
I want to know how you feel about the game. I don't want your pick. I want to know how you feel about this game. Because people hate it.
I hate it because I need the 49ers to win and I cannot have the Chiefs do it. I can't. I just can't do it.
You got half of the world who's hate betting the Niners and them and their fans and their franchise and their fan base and just being like, you know what? If Mahomes wins 2 rings, I respect it. And the other half who's just hate watching Taylor Swift.
It fuels my hate more for what the Ravens did because now I have to go for the team that knocked off the Lions. because I don't want the Chiefs to do it. I don't.
Is anybody rooting for anyone in the Super Bowl? Like, I don't think so. Thank God it's on Nickelodeon this year, or I wouldn't be watching. It's saving me this year. That's actually the only reason I'm watching is because I want this Nickelodeon Super Bowl experience. I wouldn't be watching if it wasn't.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs to lose.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Fuck the 49ers. You had Jerry Rice. You had Joe Montana. You had your time. We don't want you winning a ring. I want everyone to look at the 49ers and say, look at this failure because they can't get the fucking Super Bowl ring that this God squad should have. Well, this God squad almost got beat by the Detroit Lions with a shit plan of a defense. And if we could have just covered a little better in a long time, they wouldn't even be there. And it's okay because San Francisco has no chance, and I will stand on that. I don't care if they win. They cheated.
It's just crazy that both NFC North teams almost knocked them.
All right, but that is how we're feeling in the world of football. We'll get back to football a little later on at the end of the podcast with some head coaches. But for now, we have a couple of things in the baseball world before we get into picks. So let's knock that out real quick.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can kill your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
All right, so first things first, Luke, I am going to bring you in here for the first one because this one, me and Tyler talked about last time, but you two were not here, and I know you're both going to care about this one, so I do want to bring it back up, and that is Jock Peterson signing with the Arizona Diamondbacks on a one-year deal. Jock Peterson is an absolute home run machine, spent his last 2 years on the Giants. Now he's going over to the Diamondbacks. So, Luke, we'll start with you. You're the D-backs guy, so.
I love it because there's been a lot of situations, especially come playoff time, where we get motherfuckers on base and can't hit them in. Do you know what can hit them in? Absolute dingers to the back of the stadium, baby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jock Peterson, he's an absolute machine. Jesse?
Hey, I like it for him. It'll do him some justice.
You seem a little bitter. I'm not gonna lie. You don't seem like you're a little happy about that. You seem like you want him to go somewhere else, maybe.
No, I'm just. It is what it is, you know.
No, just say it. What is it?
Somewhere, he could have been nice and comfortable in good old Baltimore, but it's.
Oh, that's what it is. All right, just say it, man.
It's okay because once again, it is the D-backs here.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, you know what the problem is? He has been saying this about his team every year, and then a lot of times it happens. So maybe we should just start developing that philosophy. Just say it's going to be your year this year with your team, and then for Luke, his odds have been pretty fucking good.
The Diamondbacks got a taste of it. They want it. They might not win the division. They're going to let the Dodgers get that bye. And then they're going to do what they did last year and absolutely smoke them because they're going to win the series before. They're going to go on. They're going to be hot and the Dodgers are going to be cold. They're going to knock them off. They're going to go back. They're just going to keep on rolling. And this is their year. They're going to be like, yeah, we lost it last year, but we're winning it this year.
Look behind him. Luke. Look behind him.
Before you roll out on this, I got one more thing that I want your take on, just because you do also play MLB The Show, and they just announced the cover athlete this year is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So I don't know if you're like, fuck this. I don't know if you're like, I like this, but just overall thoughts.
It should be Corbin Barrel, man.
That's exactly the fucking response I should have expected from you.
Should be Corbin Carroll with the barrel.
Jesse.
I'm not really sure why Vlad's on the cover, but I respect
It's because I do want to clear this up. A lot of people were saying, why isn't it Acuna? Acuna signed, he fucked himself because they have a mobile game called like MLB Mobile or whatever. And once you're the cover athlete of that game, you can't be on the show for the next like however many years. So it was supposed to be Acuna, but because of that, he couldn't be. So they went to Vlad.
I'm 100% ignorant. I have no idea why those were the guys in consideration.
Oh yeah, it was Acuna first, and then went to Vladdy. Who do you think it should have been?
I think it should have been like,
because it was already Judge, already Shohei. You gotta think of like.
I guess like the top dogs, but like,
right, yeah.
Corbin
What
Carroll.
about like the top? I low key might have given it.
I will say Corbin's not a bad pick because they just did Jazz, and Jazz is a young dog. Miami, it would almost be too similar.
Did anything, and when Tatis was it was because Tatis.
But Vladdy's young too, so really you could have done Corbin.
Like Vladdy's a star, but like he wasn't a star last year. He was just a good player last year.
As a Blue Jays fan, do you know what I think it is? I think it's just so that they can say his dad was on the cover of 06 and he's on the cover of 24. Look at them. They're both on the cover.
Then they should have waited to 2026 so they could have been like, 6 and 6.
I agree.
That thing is going to be the collector's edition cover, and we're going to be sitting here like, well, now we're confused.
He wasn't a star
Collectors will be
last
him and
year.
his dad, bro. And we'll be like, oh, this is like Griffey and his dad. Gotcha.
He wasn't a star the year before.
Luke,
he
if
was
you
last
guys
year.
win a World Series, your Corbin Carroll cover should come true, okay?
Hey, man, all I'm saying is he's been a star since day one in the league. He's been a stud.
He's been nothing but a stud.
He's been nothing but.
And he's fast as fuck.
All right, he is fast as fuck. All right, we got two more players that were also on the move. Luke. Yeah, I'm just gonna help you out. I'm just gonna help you out there. So starting off with Jorge Polanco, big second baseman, big all-star, big MLB The Show guy. Jorge Polanco from the Minnesota Twins signed over to the Seattle Mariners. This was a shocking one. I'm not gonna lie. Did not see this one coming. Did not even know that he was in trade talks with teams.
Yeah, because that's foolish because he hits dingers at a solid rate from each side of the bat, and he's really good whether he's hitting left or right. He's not one of those switch batters that are super lopsided. They just happen to switch hit. No, he switch hits effectively from both sides. He's a dog of a second baseman. He plays good defense, and the Mariners will love him.
I like this for two reasons. I like this because I think this is going to be great for the Mariners, and you're getting him out of our division.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a win-win. Yeah, so I love it. And then another piece of news that caught me by surprise is the Blue Jays signed Justin Turner to a one-year deal. I love this because Turner had a great year last year, a couple player of the weeks. And the only thing that really is confusing me is we still have an all-star that hit 25 home runs and 80 RBIs, and his name is Matt Chapman. So what are we doing with him?
Matt Chapman can play third base.
I was going to say, are we just going to run this as a DH situation or?
He can third base.
Okay.
He played third base a couple times last year.
No, I'm saying Chapman plays third base, right? Yeah. So is Turner now going to come in and play third base and you're going to move Chapman to DH? Or are you going to keep Chapman at third base and move Turner to DH?
I think they might put Turner either at DH or they might say, boy, put your fat ass at second base. But then he won't be able to, like.
I'm so happy if they do that, though, because I'm so tired of seeing them have two catchers and one of them be a DH. Oh, my God, it makes me so mad. It just pisses me the fuck off. And I'd see, like, Kirk and then that other motherfucker, I can't remember his name with the glasses. And I'd just be like, why, bro? There's no reason for this. But, yes, two good moves in the world of baseball. And with that, that concludes the world of baseball. And the only thing we have left before we get into our final little football thing that we're going to do is Downtown Cash and Puck Luck picks. We'll start with Downtown Cash, and we'll get into that right now.
I don't like the way the flow of the basketball picks are going because back-to-back games, it is going to be split 2-2.
You know, I'm going to take John and them boys.
fuck Dylan for taking my pick because I was going to take the Bulls because now, give me the Nets.
Fuck me, we all said Bulls.
You started it.
Look, I didn't say that.
I was saying under my breath, take the Nets, take the Nets, take the Nets. I want the Bulls. Give me the Bulls. And you took the Bulls. So I'm like, fuck this fucking guy. Who does this guy think he is?
Alrighty. So we got. I forgot I have to play the theme as well. That's why it took me a minute. We have, honestly, fuck today. We're not doing any games today. First game is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We have the Indiana Pacers going to New York to take on the Knicks. Spread is Knicks minus 3 points, over under 241. Who wants to start? Luke? Camera's on you. Camera chose you.
You see, what I'm going to be doing, I'm taking all home teams. Give me the Knicks.
I'll take Knicks money line. They're on a little bit of a heater.
Okay.
See if that can.
I was gonna say, Luke, you take control of that. I'm fucking bad at that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna actually ride this Pacers money line here. I don't know why. I just have a feeling in my gut that this is gonna be a really close game, and I want to take the +3, but I'm gonna take Pacers, man. Give me Pacers money line. Game number 2, we're just going to keep it on the same day. And we have the Philadelphia 76ers without Embiid. That is important. No Embiid. But everyone else is playing, which means they're still going to be really good. Going to Utah to take on the Jazz. And the Jazz -4 is your spread. And the biggest reason why I'm picking this game is because I will start off by taking Philadelphia 76ers +4.
Eloy marketing.
I know where you're going, Luke, because, well, you already told us.
Give me the home team.
Luke's got Utah. Jesse, you said you got Utah?
Jesus. I can't believe it, but yeah, Utah's going to sweep the Seals.
Wow. Crazy. All right. Game number 3 happening on Friday. Then on Friday night. Ooh, we got a good one here. We have the Orlando Magic going to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. There's no spread, no over-under, so I can't give you that. I can only give you who I think is going to win. Who wants to start?
Home team.
I'm going to take Orlando spread. Whatever their spread is, I'm going to take Orlando spread. I know that Minnesota is going to be favored.
This was actually more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
I agree.
But I'm going to take the Timberwolves. I wanted to take the Magic.
I know you did, which is why it makes me sad that you're not.
I feel like Banchero's going to bully Gobert again.
It could very well happen, but
no, there's not going to be points in this game. I'm going to take the under, whatever it comes out of.
All right, lock it in. Under. Boom. And those are the downtown cash picks, which means the only thing that we have after that is the puck luck picks.
I think that, you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
Last time
It's the road. Between the legs. 13-57 in the third.
Yeah.
Speaking of Connor,
At the Capitol,
Get to the guap, it's a must. Speak on the top of my brother's
Hell.
blood. None of these niggas we trust. We cannot question, you know what it was. What was you doing for us? These niggas back 'cause I'm putting in work. Like I speak fluent in Russian. Did you catch that?
Well. I was trying to get this format for you, Dylan, but I couldn't figure out how to get you on the big one. So
All right,
I got it for here. Well, we're gonna have 2 games Wednesday, and then we will be doing the PWHL All-Star Game Thursday.
Ooh.
Yeah. But for game number 1, we have the LA Kings headed to Nashville to play the Preds. The Kings are 14-6-4 on the road. The Preds are 13-12-0 at home. Over under 6. The last 10 for the Kings is 2-5-3, and the Preds are 4-5-1.
Yeah, Predators have lost 4 out of their last 5. Kings are on a 4-game losing streak. These are 2 good teams that both need a win. Now I'm gonna take the over. I think they both need a win. They both need goals, right? So fuck, give me the over.
Yeah. The game's at 7:30, by the way. Just to put it out there.
We're talking about today's game, right?
Yes. I was gonna do the wings and cents, but I knew we had no chance to getting this all in before 7.
I'm going to say these teams are been playing ass over.
Over? I mean, I would slightly disagree about that statement with the Preds, because the Preds have been rolling. I know they're 4-5-1 in their last 10, but at the same time before that, they have been rolling. The Kings, dude, they just seem like they just cannot get out of their slump. I don't know if I can. Usually they're like a guaranteed trust on the road, but their away record.
They're losing to everybody. They lost to the Sharks. Come on now.
Dude, I don't get it. I want to trust them, but I have to take the Preds here. I just don't have a choice.
You really don't. Your hands are tied.
I really do, but they're just not trustworthy over the last month of hockey, and that's all I got to say on that. But because we're very limited on games before the All-Star break.
Oh, shit. I know where we're going with this one.
Number 2, we have the San Jose Sharks headed to Anaheim to play the Ducks. The Sharks are 5-19-2 on the road, while the Ducks are 7-17-1 at home. The Sharks are 5-4-1 in their last 10, and the Ducks are 4-5-1 in their last 10. The over-under is 6. They are tied in the series. This might be the worst matchup we've done. I mean, it's still a good matchup, but it's the worst. Oh man, this is Sharks. You said
does it every podcast. I don't understand.
Well, Jesse's on the Sharks.
All right, here's what I was gonna say. The Sharks in their last 5 games, I said they beat the Kings. I mean, they beat my Kraken. They beat the Rangers. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I don't think San Jose.
A lot of those were at home too.
Fuck. Well, I'm gonna take the Sharks. You know what, man? Get a little win before the All-Star break.
I'm taking the Sharks too. We got a San Jose Sharks sweep on the pod. I never thought we'd ever get here. I never thought this day would come, especially this season. This is unbelievable. My mind can't comprehend that we have a Sharks sweep on this.
That's hilarious.
Season. Oh my Lord. I still can't believe it. I might have to mark this down on the calendar. This might have to be one of the TikToks we have for the podcast, because you'll never see it again, especially this season.
I literally get us with this shit.
Game number, by the way, that's at 10:30 tonight on Wednesday.
I can't wait to watch.
Eastern. Game number 3, coming in hot. Thursday at 8 p.m. We have Team King against Team Kloss. Kloss being the home team. This is the PWHL 3's All-Star game. There are no odds. There's no over-under. I can read you the rosters for each team if you really want.
No, thank you.
I know you won't know a single person on there, but
No,
I'll
thank
read it to you.
No, thank you.
Oh, Jesse's face is like, what the fuck?
No, thank you. Just tell me who's playing.
It's Team Who versus Team Who. Kloss versus who?
Team King versus Team Kloss.
Okay.
Kloss is the home team, even though it doesn't matter because it's an all-star game.
Jesse's got Kloss.
Well, that makes me really want to take King.
I'm going to take King. All right, you're the tiebreaker, Luke.
I'm taking the Kings.
Yes! Suck it, Jesse.
Not the NHL team, the PWHL. The reason I'm taking the Kings is because USA stud herself, Hilary Knight, is on the Kings, and I cannot fade her. Give me.
I never fade her, bro. Jesse, why would you fade her?
Because I don't care. Because I don't care. I don't care.
He does have Sarah Nurse on his team.
I don't care.
Oh, okay, that's true. You got Sarah. Don't forget about her, dog.
Don't care. I don't know any of them. I don't care. I don't care if the team had 10 first overall picks. I don't care.
Those are the luck picks, man.
Hey, also to give you a little hint for Saturday's picks, we're doing the All-Stars games. There's 4 teams.
As we usually do.
We each pick one team, and I haven't decided. Should we go from first to last? Who gets first pick or last to first?
Go from first to last. That's fair.
Yeah, I think we should.
You earned it. Yeah,
you did earn it. So
you earned it. Yeah,
Jesse, you're gonna get the first pick, and whatever your record,
he's gonna take Beebs. That sack of shit.
Whatever your team record is, so you can at most you can win. You can get 2 points. At most.
Ooh, it's so exciting. It's like a game in a game.
Whatever your team record is, that is how many points. That is your win-loss record. Their record is your record.
You said we're doing this Saturday?
Yes. But I will say for the 2 teams who get knocked down the first round, that's an automatic 0-2.
I hate to see it. Hate to see it.
So do your research, baby. I'm pretty sure the draft is Friday.
That's great. All right, so
Jesse, what were you doing at 6 o'clock in the morning? Stat checking.
All right. So before we close out here, we have had 7 NFL head coaches that have been signed, and we haven't talked about a single one of them but Jim Harbaugh. So I figured that we would go through, take maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes. We're going to go through. I have all the coaches right here in front of us. I'll name the coach, name the signing. You can pretty much say you like this, you hate this, how you feel about it. So there's no particular order of whatever. This is just the NFL coaches that have been hired since free agency or January 1st. Starting off with the New England Patriots. Oh, God, why do we have to start with them? I'm about to rip their ass. Gerard Mayo, who is the former New England Patriot Super Bowl champion, coaching, he was nothing but a linebacker coach for 4 years, is now taking over Bill Belichick's job as the head coach in New England, the youngest coach in Patriots history.
That man's going to have to win a Super Bowl off rip to not consider it a failure.
How is he not set up for failure, like in any way?
It doesn't matter what. The only thing that would not make him a failure, just because the shoes he's stepping in, he'd have to win a bowl off rip. And that's not going to happen with that team.
Yeah, because you're going to go in it. I'm telling you right now, this draft, we know that Mac is not the guy. So they're going to draft a quarterback, and this quarterback is going to be a huge tell because it's the first time in how many years that it's not a predictable choice of who it's going to be because a Patriots system quarterback. They might actually pick up somebody who runs the football. I know, but they might.
I think they
got a crazy question for you.
A runner. I really do think they get a running quarterback.
Well, when they had Malik, Bill saw that last year and was like,
What's their pick again?
They got a good pick. Aren't they top 5?
They got to be top 5. They got to be 3.
Uh-huh.
But you mentioning Mac Jones, I know this is a little off topic, but I got a good question.
You're good.
Zach Wilson or Mac Jones? Who do you want as quarterback if you owned a team? And those are your only two options.
Mac Jones, because I've seen him win more with less. I've seen Zach Wilson lose more with more.
Nah, I'm taking Zach Wilson, putting a hot mom in the stands every single time so he just plays off his rocker.
Yeah, New England has the 3rd pick.
Because you got to remember, New England's first year with Mac, when he led them to the playoffs and then Buffalo absolutely stepped on their throat, that team had no business making it the playoffs. So that was the only year where he was like, hey, maybe this guy could be something. He made a Pro Bowl, he did a gritty, and then that was it.
But from there, he's only taken steps downwards.
Correct. Yes, that was the peak.
Zach
he peaked year 1.
Zach goes from here to here to here to here to here to here. Oh, we're going in the middle. Oh,
Zach is still trying to figure out if he's a good quarterback or not. He doesn't know, so we don't know. But, Jesse, would you agree or disagree that this man is in 9 out of 10 ways set up for failure unless he wins it all?
He's not set up for failure unless he wins the ball. Because I feel like we all.
They brought in a fucking linebacker coach. I mean, Jesus.
Here's the thing. If Belichick couldn't do anything about it, he's really got the whole floor. Like, it's low. The bar is low. Belichick left. Belichick couldn't do anything with it for years. So at the end of the day, the team is at rock bottom. So I feel like he's really not.
I think this team can get a lot more worse than rock bottom right now.
No, but I think
it only feels like rock bottom because this is the worst year they've had in your lifetime.
No, it feels like rock bottom because it's rock bottom for the Patriots compared to how they've been.
Oh, yeah. How they view it. Yeah, I agree. 100%. I agree.
So I feel like as a Patriots fan, like you're like, please just do something positive.
Yeah,
this is like the movie The Meg, where they're at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and no one thinks you can go past that lower point, and they're just gonna blow straight through it.
Keep on.
Go lower.
Keep on keeping on. All right, next one. This one we can go pretty quickly. Antonio Pierce, the Raiders pulled the trigger. They made him their head coach. No longer interim, officially the head coach. I have nothing to say but 2 thumbs up.
Well, didn't Max Crosby threaten to leave if they didn't make him head coach?
No, bro, because he was like, we're not about to do this again where we have an interim head coach that everybody's like, sign him. We want to play for him. And then you guys fucking send him off again. We're not doing that again. Sign him. And they paid him.
Smart decision. No other choice. He deserved it, earned it. There you go.
I agree. All right, next one. Still don't know how I feel about it. I told Jesse right before the podcast, I still just don't know really how to feel. Tennessee Titans. They hired offensive coordinator Brian Callahan from the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, if Derrick Henry leaves, you're going to be looking at a Tennessee Titans team that was 85% run the ball, and that's probably going to change to we got to throw the ball a lot more. And with that O-line, it's going to be a problem. So, getting somebody that has, pretty much dealt with good offensive pieces, no O-line, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, in Cincinnati, he's walking into a similar situation here. If you have Derrick Henry who stays, you have DeAndre Hopkins who stays, you have Will Levis, you have your key stars, no O-line. What?
This time he gets involvement in the choices more.
Correct, yes. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I hate this because, fuck Cincinnati and this and that. Coaching-wise, I just think that anybody under Vrabel, you weren't going to get me to be on board with. It was going to be very difficult. So, same situation as Belichick, where I feel like this guy, whether he likes it or not, he's going to be sort of a failure in my head. But hopefully he proves me wrong. Really do.
Maybe Tennessee's tired of being a Big Ten school and an old school football player team, and they want to go into the more day and age.
Oh, yeah, we're so scared. We're so scared. Like, when we do a flea flicker, I honestly feel like people in the stands start shitting their pants. What are we doing? Guys, why are we not in I formation? Genuinely, it's fucking ridiculous. But next one we have is the Panthers, who signed Dave Canellis. Canellis spent 13 years as a Seahawks, serving with the Seahawks, from 2010 to 2017. He was a wide receivers coach. Then he was a quarterback coach for the last 5 years. So 13 years of wide receiver and quarterback coach. He is now going to be the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers.
He's set up for failure.
What'd you say?
He's set up for failure.
Yes. Any person that took this job besides Bill Belichick or Mike Vrabel was set up for failure. Sorry. Not sorry. Or Jim. One of those three. Anyone else, you were fucked.
That's why Ben Johnson turned it down last year.
Yeah. Even if it was someone like Ben Johnson or like a great offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, this is no. There's a much bigger problem here. You want to talk about rock bottom? This isn't rock bottom for the Panthers. This is actually rock bottom as an organization. Like, you're at 0. You just got your rookie. You're building from 0.
Yeah, and they're not going to. Like, Bryce Young could be good, but, he's not going to do anything until they get an O-line in front of him, and he doesn't have to run for his life every single time he hikes the ball.
Yeah, that's going to help a lot. Next, we have Falcons hiring Raheem Morris, Rams defensive coordinator, as their head coach. This one, I think, caught a lot of people by surprise just because this man proved a lot of people that he is, in fact, a great defensive coordinator and did not just get lucky with good weapons, because going into this year, this defense was rated bottom of the league. Supposed to be absolute dookie. You had Aaron Donald and a bunch of nobodies. And they pretty much took that narrative and told everyone to go fuck themselves with it. Did much better than anyone anticipated. And this man took a defense that, in Madden terms, would have been like a 70 overall and made them a playoff team. So I think he earned that this year, this coaching job.
Yeah, he did very well. He made a lot of players look good.
And I think Atlanta is in the opposite boat, where anybody in here was going to be set up for success because they were going to go, oh, shit, I got all these weapons. I can't wait to use them. I've been waiting for somebody to use these guys.
All they have to do is like, okay, what did Arthur Smith do last year? Oh, he didn't use any of his star players? Okay, let's do that and actually use them.
I think I can do that. So he's set up pretty good in terms of, just use your fucking players and you should be good. God, I'm telling you right now, Kyle Pitts is going to get hurt next year. It's going to be the 1 year he's going to get used, and someone's going to get hurt, and it's going to be like, damn it, this was their chance. And then the final one that we have that just happened today is Mike McDaniel, defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, has been signed to the Seattle Seahawks. He is officially the youngest coach in NFL history, and he is joining the second youngest franchise currently in the NFL, that being the Seahawks. He also led the league this year, fewest points per game in Baltimore, and led in takeaways. So, Buddy knows what he's doing over on the defensive side. Baltimore has always been a unit that has had a great defense. I think he's going to go over to Seattle with a good young defense, and this could actually be very good. I think this is actually something that a lot of people might just be like, actually, I want to know what you think. I just want to know what you think. I like this.
This is going to be great for Seattle, I think. He signed a 6-year deal. They'll be together. Team will grow. Players will grow. Everybody gets to grow together. And I think it'll go really well for the squad.
Luke?
I really don't have much on this one.
You got here's basically it. You got a top defensive coordinator in the league going to the second youngest team in the league with the youngest defense in the league. Do you like that, or do you not like? Do you think it's going to be, everyone's too young, it's not going to work, or it's a recipe for success?
It could work. I mean, it sounds like it's good. I don't want it to be good. I don't like the Seahawks.
Right.
Hope it blows up in their face.
So it's leaning towards it's looking good, but Yeah,
But it's probably gonna
agree,
work.
Yeah,
and it's gonna piss me off.
that's how this shit tends to go. So
a lot of things in the NFL are pissing me off lately.
I wouldn't put it past you 100%. Alrighty. That is all that we have for the podcast. We got a lot to look forward to this Saturday. Luke pretty much set the table for you. We have some puck luck pick all-star game to get into. We're going to have a little bit of Pro Bowl that I'm going to get into. Tyler, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but I got your news. I'm just saving the Pro Bowl stuff for this weekend, and we'll kind of make it a whole all-star Pro Bowl weekend thing. Thank you for watching the podcast. We appreciate it. If you want to check us out on the show, on the socials, that is Sharps Network over on Instagram. That's Sharps Network over on Twitter. That's or X on Twitch. Fuck no, it's Twitter in my heart. God damn it. X and Twitch. SHARPZNETWORK. We will. Whoa, my shit glitched out. We will see you guys Saturday. We appreciate you guys watching. I'm McDilly. Have a good one.